So Arnie the asshole Schwarzenegger came out recently in a highly publicized piece saying screw your freedoms with regards to those who oppose wearing the disease-ridden rag on their face, cause how dare us mere peasants make our own choices, saying we're schmucks. Blah blah blah, typical use by the machine, use a much-loved public figure to push a narrative. Luckily, he's gotten a lot of flack for it, and rightly so. Particularly because he escaped Austria, enticed by the glitz, glamour, and larger-than-life appeal of American society, a society whose freedoms greatly aided him in his quest for fame and fortune. No wonder Dorian Yates said Arnold has a huge ego, and Arnold does what is good for Arnold, and his bodybuilding competitors have said he was always an asshole. But anyway, the mask-wearing debacle. I have my own issues with this, mainly because I called BS on this over a year ago, for which I was chastised, called anti-science and inconsiderate. Now, I don't mind the facts are on my side. What irks me is the same type of people who will say you don't follow the science when the CDC came out and said if you're vaccinated, you don't need to wear a mask anymore, continued to wear it anyway, saying they feel it is too soon. So the same people who will tell you to follow the science will ignore that same science when their feelings take precedent, and I can guarantee you they will listen to that same science again when it suits them. A topsy-turvy world we live in indeed. And do the elites of society follow any of these rules? Nope. They flout them, constantly, and openly so. Obama's party, the G7 summit, sporting events, and do they receive any penalties whatsoever for doing so? Nope. So, with all of that being said, and you two being particularly anal about this subject, I'm not going to present anything concrete. Much. Instead, I'm going to present some data, my hypothesis, and you lot can do with that what you will. Now, in a given year, you have these magical periods called seasons, and during the warmer season, you have more crowded gatherings, more people out and about, less mask wearing. What's the COVID cases like? They drop faster than Sleepy Joe's approval rating. Sun-inducing vitamin D proving to be quite the boon in this case. Funny we were told don't go outside, you'll spread the virus, which is contradictory to the findings. During the colder season, you have the exact opposite conditions. Less crowded gatherings, less people out and about, and more people inside, supposedly all masked up. And yet respiratory-related hospitalizations keep rising. I wonder why. Then we come to find out, over in Britain, something like 17 to 25% of all cases of COVID are picked up in hospital, supposedly in a hygienic environment with superior PPE. Again, I wonder why. Now, as far as policy is concerned, Thomas Sowell has a good quote. There is no solutions, there are only trade-offs. So let's run through some, shall we? How many people wear the apparently superior N95 mask? How many people wear the same mask day in, day out, never replace it, put it in their purse, their pocket, and manhandle it on and off their face with all the finesse of a drunk trying to hold on to a freshly poured pint? Now, what do you suppose would be the efficacy of any of these policies if this is the common behavior of the overwhelming majority of society? Care to venture a guess? Mine would be slim and none. And that's all for today. Until next time.